Hey team, how are you? It's Matt here. Got a quick one for you today. Got to keep it really fast, so if I talk fast, then please just listen faster or something. Got a thing called the 5 circles, which is what you've got to know, which are the critical 5 numbers in your business, right? These things will help you get to the top of the pyramid as far as the business growth goes. So, you know how I've told you in the past about business growth and which end this end is? Yep, beautiful. You've seen this before, right? This is scale. This is thrive. These are businesses making sort of 150, 400K a year. That's 400K plus up to whatever. Alive, you got Alive here. And this is sort of $0 to sort of 100, 150K a year. And this here is Survive. Often the biggest reason that people are here, and even here to some extent, are because they don't have their numbers right. And so I often get asked, what are the numbers that I need to have right in my business? And it's a really fair question. And they'll get told a whole bunch of stories by their accountants, and they'll talk about benchmarking, all that sort of stuff. I can give you the 5 key numbers that you want to have right in your business today. Okay? So you have these right in your business, believe me, you will make money. It's that simple. So we call them 5 circles, okay? So the 5 circles was what we're going to cover off. It's right in the middle. Yeah, cool. Awesome. So I always did the wrong end. What's up with that? So 5 circles. So take notes on this. This is really worth having. Now, this is something you can also share with your team. We talk about getting engaged and aligned with our team and getting our team really connected with what's going on in the business. This is such a cool way of doing it because I'll show you a little tool at the end of this, and it'll give you the ability to really bring them alive in your business. Anyway, the first circle you're going to have is unsurprisingly turnover or revenue. If you're American, North America, this is revenue. Okay, so that's the first one you got to have. It's pretty straightforward. That one is really simple. The next one is wages. Now this is front of house and the kitchen. This is the cost of production, right? So you've got the wages, which is every bit of wage that you use to produce food. Now, this is not management time that is spent doing management stuff. This is management time that's on the floor and everybody else that's used in the production of the food and the drink that you guys make. Okay, so that's wages. So it's what we call productive wages. The next one is purchases. So this is food and drink. So this is things that are directly related with the selling of stuff. It also includes cleaning and packaging. Okay, so purchases, food, drink, packaging, and cleaning stuff. So these two together, when you add together wages and purchases, okay, I like that. They actually equal a thing called the prime number. And you've got to keep that, okay, this prime number here, really critical to know because every single business model in the entire industry is slightly different. But your prime number needs to be a certain number, otherwise you can't make any money on it, okay? So this has got to be, your target is 60. 60% of turnover, right? 65, absolutely topping out. Anything more than 65, you're probably going to be going backwards. So your prime number is going to be 60, 65. That's the actual cost of producing all the wonderful stuff that you guys actually make. So your prime's got to be between 60, 65. If you get it below 60, man, you're doing well. The next number is your customer number. How many people actually come and buy from you, come through your front door, come and have a transaction with you? Now, every place is different, but you can often look at it from covers. So just the number of covers you sell or covers you charge out. It can be number of transactions if that's easier, depending on your till system. Whatever it is, it's going to be a benchmarkable number that you can benchmark one week against the other. And ideally, if you've got multi-stores, you can actually benchmark one store against another store for days of the week and times of the year, all that sort of stuff. Either way, you need your customer number. This is the customer count. Finally, you need your average sale. So your average sale is obviously all of your customer count divided by the turnover. So these two, add them together, is your revenue or your turnover. So revenue for our North American friends, and turnover for anyone in Australia and New Zealand. So these two are your revenue. These things are your prime cost. There should be a massive gap between this and this. So you take the expenses. I'm writing terribly today. Take out your expenses, and that will leave your profit. Now, the key thing about this is, did it again. What's up with that? Is you can do this really cool thing, right? So you want to measure this every single week. Every single week there needs to be a report in your management files and that, in your management meetings, and ideally in the meetings with your team, telling them what's going on in the business. The beauty of it is most people don't want to, I feel like a lot of the owners I deal with, right? They don't actually want to tell their staff all of the numbers. So you can use this really cool tool. It's called colors. So you might have some criteria of what the average sale should be. So you might sit there and go, okay, our average sale per customer is $15. So it's $15 per person. And anything less than 14 would be a red. So we'll just color that in red. Okay. And anything more than 18 would be a green. So we could use green. So what you can do is you can actually color code all these things. You set criteria by which you get a red or a green or a yellow or whatever. And I like the traffic light system because you've got like red, orange, and yellow, or sorry, red, orange, and green, and that sort of thing. It's just a really cool way of bringing alive the numbers. You don't have to tell them all the profits and that sort of stuff, but you can give them an inkling as to what's going on in the business by these colors. So you can go through, and imagine this for a second, right? So imagine you're on a desert island, and you get a text once a week. And this is a great litmus test, by the way, for any KPIs. Any KPIs, you get a litmus, the litmus test is you're on a beach. The sun is shining, the birds are tweeting, you're having a gin and tonic, and maybe some tacos. And you get a text message. You get your phone, and you get a text message. And you look at your text message, it tells you 5 different things, right? But it tells you them in colors. And so you can have your customer count's good, your wages were bang on, and all you're getting is an insight into your business. This should have been yellow, but it's actually red, with 5 colors, and that tells you everything that you need to know about your business. We'll make that green because that's more positive. So you know everything about your business by these 5 colors. I've got clients that do the same thing every single week all over the world. A guy called Jeremy, and he lives in the States, but he travels all over the world. And he just literally gets a text message once a week, and he knows that what criteria that he has for each of these numbers here actually equal whatever it is that he actually wants to achieve in his business. And if it's yellow, or if it's red, or if it's green, certain things he knows will happen. So he's got these systems to deal with things that are going right, and systems when things aren't quite going to plan. And it's so cool to see him in action, because he knows that if, for example, if he knows that his turnover, his revenue is down, then he knows that certain things will happen. So they'll up the Facebook and Instagram marketing, and they will do a possibly a more aggressive point of sales campaign to get that back to the green, which is where it needs to be. He knows that if it's wages, what will happen is in the management meeting on a Monday morning at about 8 o'clock, what will happen is that the wages will get looked at, and they'll go, right, was the customer service level where he wanted it to be? And if it was, and they can sit there and go, yep, then that's great. So he's got a whole bunch of systems set up. So these 5 circles, when these 5 circles come in, he knows that there are actions that are happening, even if he's not there. It's pretty cool. Now, so we'll put the 5 circles to the side for a second, right? So you get the basic concept. Report on them weekly. There's 5 of them. You got to have some numbers around them, and you got to have some actions that go around them. Ooh, let's go through the second page. I want to show you 3 more. If you've got a problem in your business, it will most likely come in one of these extra 3, right? We call these the extra 3. The first one is wastage. If you've got a problem in your business, wastage might be if you've got a food problem. So if, for example, your purchases are up and you need to know where, then you could look at wastage. So wastage is another one that you can use. You can use it from time to time to identify a problem and see where you go. If you want to get some feedback on what the management is like, then you could look at staff churn. And staff churn is the amount of people who come and go from your business. It's a number, and it normally relates to the manager. So if you're getting the wrong people, normally there's a couple of reasons. We're not hiring them right, we're not inducting them right, or we're not managing them right. So your staff churn is really critical to have an understanding of that. The staff churn in some organizations when a new manager goes in is really, really high, and we kind of understand a little bit about that. But if it's consistently high, then we want to have this this is often a quarterly goal to keep staff churn down, because as we know, customers like dealing with the same people time and time and time again. So staff churn is a biggie, wastage is a biggie, and the last one that you can use if your marketing's not going right is you could do your social media, social numbers. So you can do all kinds of things around your social numbers. So you might put a target on for Facebook followers, or Facebook engagement is normally the other one. If you've got issues to do with revenue, to do with average sale or number of customers, normally a number of customers is a bit of a trigger there. You look at your Facebook, and your social engagement here. So you can put those extra 3 in as you need to. Often when you're doing them though, they start with red, which is why they're in there in the first place. But because you're focusing on them and they become a management topic that you're talking about every week, eventually they get through to green again pretty soon, which is really cool. So there you go. You've got five circles. So you've got turnover, you've got wages, you've got purchases, put them together, you've got prime number, you've got your customer count, number of customers who come through and buy from you, you've got average sale, which together equal your revenue. And if you need to, the extra 3 there, wasted, staff churn, social numbers. So your social numbers can be anything at all to do with engagement on your social media and that sort of thing. So there you go. Those are the 5+3 circles that you need to run your business. The 3 are optional, the 5 aren't. In our mastermind group, in our $1 Million Cafe group, we get everyone to report on them every single week, because they are so critical to the running of a successful business. You've got to report on them every single week. If your numbers aren't what you'd like them to be, then don't worry, you're not alone. It happens. It happens to the best of them time and time again. That's okay. It's part of life. It's part of running a business in the wonderful world of hospo. If you'd like some more insights as to what to do about those numbers, then stay on this channel. Come and join up with their Facebook and cafedoctor.com. You can email me if you want, matt@thecafedoctor.com, or you can just jump on the website and see a really cool video on the cafedoctor.com. I think at the moment it's about Tom. So anyway, hopefully that's helped you today. If it has, please leave a comment. Come and join us. Love to talk to you soon. Thanks for your time. Talk to you soon. Cheers. Bye.